So I've had the PS5 for about 4 months now. I've spent hundreds of hours playing on it, and I would like to share my thoughts with you, what I like, what I don't like, and whether you should upgrade from the PS4 or not. Hey, what's up? Adrian here with the Unboxed, bringing you tech unbox, news, reviews, and more. So if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. And hey, at any point during this video, check out the show notes and links in the description below. I'll list all the details and everything else I forgot. Also, don't forget to smash, obliterate, and destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm. And let's jump into this review. Now, design-wise, I know people are divided. Some really like it and some hate it. I personally love the design and have loved it since I first saw it at the reveal event. It looks incredible whether it stands horizontally or vertically, but I like the most how it looks vertically. A cool thing they've added this gen is the removable faceplates. This makes the console very customizable and personal. It's really easy to remove them and paint or wrap or even change it with another one. I really hope that Sony will come up with new and different plates in the future and we don't have to look at other companies for the plates. The light it shows when it's turned on or in sleep mode also makes the console stand out and look even better. The color scheme is the same as the PS4, so you know exactly what is going on with your console. Blue when it's turning on, white when it's working, and orange when in sleep mode. Also, the small design touches they've added adds to the premium feel of the console. The user interface of the PS5 is quite a big upgrade from the PS4. It has an interesting refreshed design that looks super sharp and nice because it's in 4K now. I love the fact that they've split the media and games into separate categories because I don't really use media apps with the console and I can have only games showing there. If you stop on a game now, it will show a big picture of the game in the background and it might sometimes play music if the developer chose to do so. Some people prefer the PS4 theme style that you can customize, but I prefer this game picture background style. The game library is at the far right like on PS4 and you can see here your digital game collection, your installed games, whether they are on the console or on an external drive, and your games from your subscriptions if you have any. Settings on the PS5 are very similar to the PS4 ones, so you're not going to lose yourself around there. They feel a bit boring, but I guess they have to be. A nice addition in the settings area is the game presets. Here you can select a difficulty or performance that applies to all the games by default. My default here is the game default, but you can change it to anything you want. Now, if you tap the PlayStation logo on the controller, you'll get that control center that will let you quickly change some settings, check the status of a download or update, switch to another game, or put the console into sleep mode. You can also customize a bit this quick launch menu if you want to. In this menu you also have something called cards. Now admittedly I haven't used them too much. They are supposed to show you how long certain areas of the game will take you to complete and go straight into them, news, and more. Because this cards addition is new, there is not a lot of support for them from the developers yet, but hopefully in the future more devs will come on board with this and I'll probably use them more. Over the months that have passed since launch, I've played quite a lot of games. Let's start with the PS5 games. I obviously played first Astro's Playroom, which you should definitely do as well, if, or dare I say when, you manage to get your hands on a PS5. It's a great game with incredible graphics. It shows the capabilities of the Dualsense controller like no other game, and it's also quite easy to get all the trophies for the trophy hunters out there. My hope is that in a few years we'll get more games that implement the capabilities of the Dualsense controller as good as this game does, even though it does take some bites in the controller's battery. Next on the list is Miles Morales. A great game with an awesome story, though it's a bit short. I wish it was longer. It has 3 modes that you can play in: performance, resolution, and the sort of in between. I played the story in resolution mode because I wanted to see the game look at its best, and it does look very impressive. I also switched to the performance mode and I must say it looks impressive, though a notch down, but now it plays buttery smooth. I still need to finish the game and get all the trophies. I will be playing the in-between mode, and I would recommend it to you as well, so you can get the best from both modes. The next one for me was Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I have put most of the hours I played on PS5 in this game, but I still have a couple of trophies left. It is quite a big game with a lot of main and side quests and overall a lot of things to do. Because this is a third-party game, I didn't really feel that much of a difference in graphical performance, though it runs smooth. This is because it can't be properly optimized for the PS5 console. The developers have to optimize it on a lot of configurations like PS4, PC and Xbox consoles, and that takes a lot of time. Even though third-party games still look very good and play smooth, the ones that are made only for PS5 will look and play best. Another PS5 game I've been playing is Destruction All-Stars, which takes me to PS Plus. I didn't really have a PS Plus subscription on PS4 because I don't really play a lot of multiplayer games. I mostly play the single player campaigns and maybe some local multiplayer. I still do the same on PS5, so I didn't get the PS Plus subscription for that, but for the games I get each month. I don't really know why I didn't see the value before, but I guess now, with the launch of the PS5, they've added more value. You have a collection of about 20 games you get on PS5 for free. Each month you get around 3 PS4 games and 1 PS5 game, which for £50 in UK or $70 in USA a year is just crazy. A no-brainer. If you would buy the games for 1 month separately, you would probably pay more than £50 or $70. About PS5 Now. I've had a subscription for a while and it's a good service with a great value, but I wasn't playing as much the games there. Therefore, I don't have a subscription anymore, but I still do believe it's a valuable service. I've also played a lot of PS4 games because yes, the PS5 is backwards compatible with almost all the PS4 games, so if you have a PS4 library of games, you can bring it to PS5. I have quite an extensive library of games, both on disc and digital, and I'm very glad I can play them on PS5 and I don't need a PS4 console as well. Moreover, you can even use the PS4 controller to play the PS4 games on PS5, so make sure to keep a PS4 controller around too. Some of the games I've played include Cyberpunk 2077, Crash Bandicoot 4, Horizon Zero Dawn, No Man's Sky, Mortal Kombat 10, Ghost of Tsushima, and much more. I didn't notice any problem playing them except for the bugs they've already got, Cyberpunk 2077, and an update problem I still have with Ghost of Tsushima and Tekken 7, which we'll talk about later on. Some of these games got a PS5 update and some will get one in the future, so it's really good that they still get support and are made even better. And the best part, most of the PS5 upgrades are free if you own the PS4 version. The speed of this console is blazing fast. The menu is fast, the apps, everything. The games load very fast and I've grown very accustomed to these load times. I don't want to go back to the PS4. It's how a console should perform nowadays. The PlayStation Store has been integrated with the menu, so now it's faster and easier than ever to check and buy digital games. I always like to check the latest deals, so this to me is a big improvement. Let's see how long it takes for Astro's Playroom to load from the menu. I won't do any cuts on this so you can see exactly how long. And now let's try Miles Morales. This one doesn't have any cuts either. A new controller with a new name and new features, the Dualsense. When I first picked it up, I saw quite a big difference in shape, size, weight and look. This controller feels more robust it's a bit heavier and it fits better in your hands. When I first played longer hours with this controller, there was an accommodation period where my hands hurt a bit due to adjusting to the new size and weight, but that went away after a couple of days, so no issues there. I think that was because I was so used to playing with a lighter, skinnier PS4 controller. Let's talk about big improvements now. The haptic feedback in the Dualsense is way better than the rumble in the PS4's DualShock. In Astro's playroom, you can even feel each step Astro takes, and it feels different when he walks on glass, metal, or another surface. I really love the way it feels. I've also noticed that while playing PS4 games, the vibrations feel like on the PS4 controller. I think that shows us that now devs have an extra job if they want us to experience more of their game. The adaptive triggers have changed the way we experience games. Combined with the haptic feedback and the speaker, it really makes you feel more immersed in the game. I really like that a lot of developers are on board with this, and I've even heard a rumor that Microsoft might do their own version, which makes me excited for the games to come. The controller also has a microphone. I've tried doing some broadcasting with it, but it doesn't sound that good, and you can kind of hear the buttons as well. By default, the microphone is activated, so be careful when you want to do a party or when broadcasting. You can either press the button on the controller and deactivate it, or go to the settings and set it so when the console turns on, it will always stay deactivated. That is what I've done and what works for me. When it comes to the Dualsense battery, to me it feels about the same as the PS4 controller. That's unless you play Astro's Playroom, in which case it won't last that much. It will be just a few hours, and that's obviously because it uses a lot of the features to deliver the best experience. It's worth it. I don't have any accessories except for another controller and the external SSD drive where I store my PS4 games. I've had the Pulse headset, but I returned it because I wasn't using it. I bought it mainly for experiencing the 3D sound in games. For me, the 3D experience wasn't very different from normal stereo, so I found myself mostly using the TV speakers. That's when I decided that instead of leaving them lying around catching dust, I might as well return them. Sony will add 3D audio support for TV speakers in a future update, so for now I'm waiting on that. One accessory that I really want to get is the controller's charger, but up until now I haven't managed to get one. One thing that I don't like is the big glossy plastic piece from the middle. That's because it easily catches prints and dust. I was a bit afraid of wiping the dust because it looks like it might scratch, but it was okay. Also, if you need to plug a cable or a USB stick in the front of the console, you better do it yourself and be careful. It's not that easy to scratch, but still quite easy. The small logo pieces from the controller design that add to the premium feel also have a disadvantage. They catch dirt from your hands quite easily, so when given the fact that the controller is white, it won't look pretty. The PS5 console shut itself down and didn't turn on when pressing the power button, so I thought that was it. My PS5 is bricked and I'll have to return it. Luckily that wasn't the case, and after I unplugged it and plugged it back, it started working again. I think it happened once more, but that was only in the first week. I didn't have any problems since. The PS5 console is really quiet. Even if you keep your ear really close, you can barely hear the fan. Not even playing highly demanding games can make the fan disturbingly loud. One thing that bothers me a bit, I thought it's the fan, but actually it was coil whine. Luckily for me, the coil whine is barely hearable, but for some people it was quite unbearable. Hopefully the new PS5 stock will address this issue, even though not everybody has it. In the first few weeks of the console launch, there was quite a big issue with connecting an external drive. Because of that, I've waited on connecting one. I've had the drive connected for more than a month without issues, and there have been several updates on the PS5 software, so I believe those problems are gone. One issue I currently have, that I mentioned earlier, is 2 download errors. Ghost of Tsushima and Tekken 7 are trying to update almost every day, but I always get an error saying it can't download or copy, and when I click the view the error info, it says something went wrong. On more info it says to update to the latest system software, but I already have the latest version. I guess I have to wait for the next update, which will hopefully fix this. Another issue that is really bothering especially if you have disc games like me, is the noise coming from the disc spinning while playing. This spinning happens about every hour for some reason. Because of this, I haven't played too many disc games recently, and I'm usually buying digital games. I would say the trophies can be improved. It was easier to access them on the PS4, and it felt like you had the bird's eye view of them while browsing. It also felt more intuitive to be vertically. How they are now on the PS5, I wouldn't say it's bad, just less intuitive. With the update of the app on the phone, I saw that it's easier to check your trophies there, so I'm guessing that Sony wants us to use the app more. Another thing that can be improved is the position of the sleep mode and turn off button. To put your console in sleep mode or turn it off, you have to press the PlayStation logo from the controller to bring up the quick launch menu. Go down and then all the way to the right, press again and then put it to sleep mode or turn it off. I think this can be made easier with a double or triple press of the logo button or something similar. I would say that for me this is not such a big deal because the TV itself has a feature that links to the PS5 through the HDMI cable. This means that when I press the PS logo on the controller, it will turn on the PS5 and the TV on as well. Also, if I turn the TV off with its remote, it will put my PS5 to sleep as well. But maybe some of you out there don't have this feature and would love to have an easier way to put the console to sleep. There is no doubt that this upgrade is worth it. The PS5 is a beast of a machine and a beauty for some, like me, and I would definitely recommend you get one if you can manage to find any stock. Let me know if there's anything else I forgot. Also, did you manage to buy a PS5 yet or not? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I hope I helped you with this video. Don't forget to click the links in the description below if you're looking for a PS5. Destroy the like button and subscribe to this channel if you like the content. And I'll see you on the next one.